My story takes place 2 summers ago, which is embarrassing for me to admit. I was working my summer job at Banana Republic at the time, and if you've ever worked retail, you know just how grueling some days can be. So to help me unwind after long shifts like the one I had that day, I liked to sit on my couch and watch the late night show with Jimmy Fallon. So I watched the late night show. And then I watched another show after that. And maybe I watched one more show after that because it is just so much easier to continue sitting watching mindless TV than to gather up the energy to walk upstairs and get into bed. So by this time, it's around 2 a.m. and I am exhausted. I practically sleepwalk up the stairs to my bedroom. As I squint towards the opposite wall of my room, something absolutely dreadful catches my eye. I freeze. My feet are cemented to the ground beneath me, my eyes locked on the big, black, 8-legged creature 10 feet away from me. I am unbelievably tired, but most importantly, unbelievably arachnophobic. I remember being furious at this spider. Like, how dare it come into my room at this hour? Unreal. So, I realized no help would have come at this time of the night, so I had to do something. I absolutely could not fall asleep in my bed, knowing a big creepy spider was lurking around my room all night long. So I pick up the first thing I see on the floor. It's a flip-flop. It was summer after all. So I hold the flip-flop in my hand for a solid 10 minutes, sweat dripping from my palms because I'm so nervous. I try coaxing myself into inching closer towards the spider, but I just can't do it. I convince myself that the flip-flop is too flimsy to attack the spider anyway, and there was no way I was about to risk having that spider fall on my face. Can you imagine? So, I quickly switched weapons, grabbing my tough leather boots instead. But then I thought to myself, no, I can't use this. The loud sound of me squashing the spider alone would surely wake up my dad, who was sleeping soundly in the room next to mine. So I was out of options. And by this time, I had been standing petrified, as if I'd seen the basilisk in Harry Potter, for over another hour. So it's now 3 a.m. Frustrated, terrified, and absolutely exhausted, I had no other option but to hide in my connected bathroom and cry. But don't worry, I made sure to put down a towel under the crack of my bathroom door, just in case the spider decided to try attacking me from the outside. Now, the conclusion of my story is best told from the perspective of my father. It's basically 4 a.m. at this point. My dad wakes up to faint sounds of sobbing coming from my bedroom. Extremely worried and concerned, he rushes into my bathroom and finds me curled up in the fetal position on the floor of my shower, weeping. He kneels down, practically begging me to tell him what happened. He thinks my best friend has died. I'm then instantly awoken to my own pathetic behavior and can barely mutter the words, "Dad, you're not going to like this, but there's a spider." And the look he gave me after I said those words is simply indescribable. I was able to go to bed that night, but I felt so embarrassed for making such a scene over such an objectively insignificant issue at the age of 19. Luckily, my dad still loves me, even though I'm quite clearly insane.